So let's start off with the big question. What is high ticket sales exactly? I don't want you to overcomplicate it. Let me first explain what sales is. So if you think about the very oldest profession that ever existed, what do you think that is? If we go back in the days when we lived in little villages and tribes, and someone was really good at making clothes, they had their little booth and they were displaying their clothes. They were shouting, they were screaming, whatever they were doing, they were selling their clothes to make a living and to take care of their family. So sales has existed since the beginning of time. People had a product and they were selling it. But it's not just about products, selling products and making money and being able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. Sales is the transfer of conviction from one person to the other. And conviction means your trust in a certain thing, product, or idea or activity. So let's say you want to go to the cinema, for example, and you don't want to go alone because it's much more fun to go with your friends or with your partner, whatever you're into. So you want to tell them about the movie and you want to convince them to come with you. Now you are doing sales in that particular situation. Now, even if you hate sales and you don't like it, if you are saying to someone, I don't like sales, I hate sales, I think they are scammers, whatever the hell, then you are selling that other person on the idea that sales is a scam. So you're always selling, even if you hate sales, you're still selling the idea of that sales isn't legit to the other person. So you're always selling. I want you to keep that in mind. So whether it is you selling your friend, partner to come with you to watch the latest movie, that's one thing, or you're selling yourself in a job interview or in dating, you have the other party and they have some options and, why should they choose you? Well, you are selling yourself. You're always selling yourself. In fact, if you don't learn this skill, you're going to be falling behind in life because you might have the most insane business idea ever. But maybe you don't have the funds to start that business. But there are other people that have the funds to start the business. And you want their funds in your pocket so you can launch your business. How do you do that? You have to pitch your idea. Well, you have to sell them your idea. It's only going to work if you know how to sell them, if you understand the basic principles. So throughout this course, we will not be giving you word by word things to say, scripts, all this kind of robotic sales stuff that you learn in other places. This is the thing that makes QSA, the Quantum Sales Academy, unique. The reason it's called Quantum Sales Academy, quantum specifically, is because we go to the core of the deepest levels of psychology, of communication, so you understand how that works and then you can apply it. So I'm going to teach you a framework, I'm going to teach you structures, and then you're going to be able to sell anything to anyone as long as that product is the right fit for that person. And that is my promise to you. If that isn't a big enough promise for you to keep watching these videos, then I don't know what is. Trust me, guys, extremely valuable stuff is what you're about to see. So keep watching. Back to the point of what is high ticket sales now. So high ticket simply refers to the investment amount of the product that you're selling. So when we are talking 2K, 3K dollars plus, then we're starting to talk about high ticket sales. So if you're doing a call for a product that is 2K, 3K plus, that's a high ticket sales call because it's not a cheap product. Okay, it's high ticket. It's 2/3K. So why is high ticket sales a thing? Why does it exist? Well, it's extremely simple. There is a lot of products right now available in the market that do the same thing. So I want you to put yourself in the shoes of a lead, which is a potential client that is interested in buying the product. Let's say they want to improve their relationship. So they want a relationship mentor. Okay, there's a bunch of those out there. And you want to know which one is the best. You want to understand if it's the right fit for you, if there's a click between you and the mentor. So as a lead, as a potential customer, you book in a call with that coaching program so you can have more info about it to see if it's the right fit for you. Because it is 3K plus, maybe 4K, and you just, want to make sure that you're making the right step. Because what if you don't make the right step? You're going to lose 3K on a shitty mentor. So you got to be very careful with who you're working with. The industry that we're in right now is a beautiful industry, by the way. I want to talk about that as well because it is a big, big revolution what is happening right now in this industry. You see, people are waking up right now. If you look at the typical school system, how did it start? If you go back to the Industrial Revolution, the people that own the factories, the banks that have the power, they needed people to work in those factories. So two things needed to happen. Number one, they needed people that are, educated enough in order to work in those factories. So that's number one. But number two, they needed to hypnotize those people to make those people believe that they cannot amount to anything more than just getting that job. And that idea gets crammed into your head when you are following typical academic studies. So first of all, they teach you just enough to be a really good worker. Okay, not a business owner, but just an employee. That's number one. They teach you those skills. They don't teach you skills that are gonna get you free. No. They just teach you the skill to be able to run that machine in the factory, if that makes sense. So that's number one. You learn the skill. But number two, you get hypnotized as well that, that is the path. That is how you get security. That's how you're gonna get your retirement amount every single month, etc., etc. It's a really crazy, crazy ass world that we live in. So people are waking up to this because I have a student and he was studying international business at a university. The funniest thing about this whole thing is his professor was just a man that learned how to teach that subject to students. But he never had a business himself. He was just a teacher of the thing. But he never practiced it himself. He doesn't know and understand how tough it is to be a business owner. I'm a business owner myself. And, I can tell you, there's a shitload of things that go into this. There's a lot of obstacles that I experienced and I still experience every now and then and that I have to overcome. And you need that experience to be able to become good. Now, I've been doing sales for 8 years, and now I'm teaching you guys this. Communication, psychology, sales. You are learning this from someone that's walked the path and closed millions of dollars of deals. So someone that has a track record. Unlike my student that was learning international business from some old 55-year-old dude that was making 3 to 4K per month, just teaching the subject, but has no experience himself. People are waking up to this. And people want to learn from people that have experience. You want to learn how to build a business from someone that has a business. You want to be able to learn psychology, communication from someone that knows it. You want to be able to learn how to do a backflip from someone that actually does it. You want to be able to learn how to get fit from someone that is extremely fit. This is the number one industry we're in right now, the coaching industry. It's growing a lot. It's a revolution. It's the education revolution. Extremely big part of the development of the new age right now. People waking up, people growing, and you can see it, there's more 14, 15-year-old millionaires now than there's ever been. If you go on TikTok, you go on IG, you see all these kids making hella money, flipping things, having an e-commerce store. It's crazy, and the reason they are becoming successful at that young of age is because of the availability of information. Just like you have this information available. So again, I don't want you to underestimate what I'm telling to you right now just because you're getting access to this for free. Okay? I want you to take this knowledge and integrate it like you have paid 10K for it. Long story short, high ticket sales exist because people would love to have a conversation with another human being to know if the product is the right fit for them. So then they book in a call. And this right now, this opportunity is growing and growing and growing because AI is taking over everything else. Think about editing the content, writing the text on websites, on Instagram captions. That's called copywriting. Everything's being taken over by AI. However, people want to talk to an actual human being when it comes to booking in a call. You are not allowed to have an AI do a call with a customer and not mention that it is AI in legal terms. When people are booking in a call and it says you're going to be calling with an AI, people are going to be thrown off. So this position will not be taken over by AI and will always need a human being. That's why it's the perfect time to learn this skill. One question that I get asked a lot is, why do high ticket closers get paid so much. And what I want to teach you in this course is not just some random information, but I actually want to give you stuff that is applicable in all fields of life. So even, let's say you're not even going to do high ticket sales, you still get this knowledge and you can apply it for all other aspects in your life. So how do you determine how much you get paid? Like, what are the factors of this thing? One very big factor is how easily replaceable you are in a particular position. Let's say a cleaner, right? A lot of people know how to clean. And even if they don't know how to clean, it's very easy to teach them how to clean, to train them to do that, and then hiring them as a cleaner. So a cleaner doesn't get paid as much as a brain surgeon, because the brain surgeon is way more difficult to be replaced than the cleaner. The brain surgeon needs 10 years of studying to be able to get into that position, and the cleaner just needs 1 week of training. So the cleaner is easily replaceable, and that is why he earns less. The brain surgeon is not as easily replaceable, so the brain surgeon earns more. Right now, nowadays, you're seeing people are becoming very introverted. I even had a period in my life where that was happening to me. I was on my phone all the time, behind the computer. I mean, after all, I studied application development, and that's what I graduated as a programmer. So you can imagine like how much of an introvert I was, and I wasn't outgoing. I wasn't able to speak, definitely not in front of a camera like what's going on right now. And I was able to make the transformation. So when I'm walking outside, I'm seeing all these people on their phone. When I'm in the gym, I'm seeing all these people on their phone. People don't know how to talk to others. People don't know how to socialize, how to communicate, etc., etc. So it's becoming more and more and more of a scarce skill to know. And remember what I told you, the less easy you are to be replaced, the more you're gonna make. So there is not that many real high quality, good, disciplined, motivated closers out there in the market. It is not easy to learn this skill. It's definitely possible, but you gotta put in the hours, the work, and then you can learn it. And I believe you can learn it, but you need to really go through this stuff. If you click off now and you're like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go back to YouTube, to IG, dude, not only are you not gonna become a high ticket closer and gonna make money from it, but regardless of that, you are not going to be able to be successful in life in general. And this is a harsh statement that I'm making right now and a big claim. But what do I mean by this? The thing is, it's about discipline. It's about being able to push through something that you know is good for you, even though it is not fully entertaining you in that moment. That's how you're able to get fit, for example. That's how you're able to build a big business, because the business isn't going to go like this. It's going to have a lot of dips, and you need to be able to push through that stuff. Okay, so you have to be able to push through this as well. But I'm gonna do my best, to make it as entertaining for you as I possibly can, because I think that's very important as well. So the reason high ticket closers get paid a lot is because they're not that replaceable. The skill isn't very easy to learn. Not a lot of people know how to do it. If you learn how to do it, you're gonna be part of like a small percentage of people, and then you're gonna make a lot of money. The same reason athletes, footballers, basketballers get paid millions and millions every single month is because not that many people have their skill. They're not easily replaceable. That's why they make so much money. Very simple. All right, so how do you make money as a high ticket closer? How does it work? Well, the first thing is you got to find an opportunity, aka a company, a business that has a high ticket offer or a high ticket product that you can sell. And that company also needs to have calls in their calendar booked in by people that are interested in the product. Now, when there's calls that are being booked into the calendar of the business, then you can take those calls. So those are the things that you need to find. You need to find a business that has a high ticket offer, and they need to have a system where they do calls with prospects. So for example, Apple has high ticket products, okay? They have MacBooks that cost thousands of bucks to buy, but they don't do sales calls with their clients because people trust the brand enough. They just go to the store and there's a salesperson in the store, but it's not like a typical high ticket location independent job that you can get at Apple as a high ticket close. They don't have that position. So you need to find a company that does have that position. Now, how do you make money? Let's say the product is $4,000 US dollars. Typical commissions range between 10 and 30%, depending on the profit margins that the business owner has. Now, if the business owner is spending a lot of money on advertising, etc., you're probably going to get a lower commission. So I'm talking about 10. That's typically the lowest amount that you're going to get as a closer. Unless you're selling ultra high ticket products. I'm talking products that are 100K or 500K or a million. If you're selling things like real estate, if you're selling things like cars, if you're selling things like a tennis court in the backyard of a millionaire, if you're selling things like yachts, whatever it is, like if you're selling those really high ticket packages, the percentage is going to be less than 10%, but it's still going to be a lot of money. So thousands of bucks for one sale that you made. Now there's 4 ways that you can earn more money as a closer. The first way is you do more calls. Now, if you do more calls, you're obviously going to make more money than if you do less calls. That's one way. The second way is increasing your conversion or closing rate. That means the amount of calls that you are closing based on the calls that are being booked with you. So let's say you have 10 calls in your calendar and you're closing 3 out of those 10. That means your conversion rate is 30%. If you increase that to 50%, you're automatically going to be making more money. And the way you increase your conversion rate is by becoming a better closer. So paying really good attention to these videos and the things that I'm sharing with you. That's number 2. Number 3 is the deal size. So there's companies that have 3K products, 4K products, but if the same company has a 10K offer and you sell that, for the same commission percentage, you earn way more. So let's say you're selling a 4K product and you're getting 10% commission. That means you're getting $400 for that one sale. If you are selling a 10K product and you're getting the same commission, 10%, then you're making $1,000. So way more efficient for your time. And number 4, your commission percentage. Now you can combine any of these 4 together to obviously make more money as a closer. Your commission percentage, meaning you go from 10% to 15% or 15 to 20% in the company that you're selling for. And the way you do that is by becoming very valuable, being loyal, pitching them, which you're going to learn when you watch these videos, why you deserve a higher commission by showing that you are a person worthy of a higher commission percentage. Okay? So you can combine any of these 4. You do more calls, you close more of the calls that you're doing, you're selling higher ticket products, so you're going from 4K to 10K deals, and you're pitching an increased commission percentage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you earn more as a closer.